Hello, everyone. My name is Erin Morgan. I am with Insight Media, and I am here today for an episode of Her Insight Women in Vision Care Leadership. I am beyond thrilled to be here today with Holly Rush. She is a longtime industry executive in the vision care industry. Holly, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me, Erin. This is it's a privilege to be with you today and here in Amelia Island too.
I know.
What a doing these podcasts in really fabulous places, right? It's like, where in the world is Erin?
We have a little push pin.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous place. It's very cold here, but it's gorgeous. So yes, thank you for joining us. And so Holly, you have been a long time executive in the industry. Can you tell us a little bit about your career path and also, what you're doing today?
Sure. Yeah. It's interesting to hear long time executive in the industry. It feels like it goes by in a flash.
Definitely.
And I can tell you when I started my career in 2010, I don't think I would have ever thought that I would have found a home and so many friends and family in the industry. So
you came from the beauty industry, right?
Yeah, I did. But this is a really special place.
It's very
special. That's
special.
why so many of us, start a career here either early on or midway through or at some point and then never leave. So
true.
It has been almost 16 years for me. I started in 2010 with 𝗛𝗘𝗥 as the head of sales for the U.S. wholesale business. It was a super exciting time for the team. We were sort of rebuilding, and it was just a chance to make a really big impact fast. But it was like drinking from a fire hose, coming from outside the industry. I also started 2 weeks before Expo East.
Oh my God.
So a little overwhelming, but really fun, a really fun ride. So I was there a total of 5 years and became the president of the wholesale division. And then in 2016, I made a pivot and I went to work as the CEO of 𝗪𝗀 del Mar, which brought me here to Florida.
Wonderful.
That was an incredible opportunity to lead a very purpose-driven brand.
What a cool, and a great company.
Lots of fun, lots of fun. So did that for about 4 years. And then just before COVID, as 𝖧𝖨 and 𝖧𝖚 were coming together, made the decision to forge out on my own. And I had always thought about doing consulting and advising work for other business leaders and CEOs. So I started my own consulting business.
Amazing.
Called 𝖵RiPosa Advisors. There's a story behind that. I'll share.
I was going to say 𝖵RiPosa. Okay.
And then along that journey, I got connected with an industry icon, a legend, Jeff Cole, who many people know.
Very much.
And Jeff and I became friends, and we started to dream about a lot of the opportunities in the industry. I put together a business plan, took it to a number of investment companies.
Wow.
And in 2023, we made our first 2 investments in Europa Eyewear and in eyeballs.
Amazing.
So today, I still do the advising and consulting work, but I also work alongside of Jeff and the leadership team and Blue Point Capital Partners, who's our PE firm. And we are building a really unique eyewear platform in the industry.
Amazing.
So exciting.
Wow, that is super exciting. Well, it sounds like there's more to come and more to be revealed as things go along. So that's great. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Always something new. And that's what's so great about the industry, right?
It's right.
You can write your own script.
And there's so much going on in this industry right now. It's an exciting time for the industry. For sure.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for that. So in kind of the focus of our podcast, Women in Vision Care Leadership, can you share a little bit about, as a leader in the industry for a long time, your own personal leadership philosophy or focus?
Absolutely. So I would say there are 3 things that I have always felt are really important to creating incredible teams that do amazing things together, because I've always had this belief that you can have a great strategy or a business plan or a vision, but if you don't have the right people on the team that share that common vision and have the right conditions for success, nothing's possible. But everything is possible if it's working together.
Yes.
So the 3 things that I have found really important are people, passion, and purpose. And I would say those are the things that, I've kind of threaded through a lot of the experiences I've had running businesses. The focus on people is really about finding talent and putting the right people in the right positions to succeed, and then creating the right culture and environment around them to do their best work. So that is really, I think, instrumental in success. The second is being passionate about the project that you're working on. I think as role models and leaders, it's our job to inspire our teams and to show them the opportunity and be that sort of positive influence. So being passionate about what I do and what I'm creating has really been important to me. And last but not least is helping connect the work that people are doing to the why of the company. And I think we talked about that a little bit today. Right? Is we all serve a purpose on this planet as individuals and as companies. And it's really about connecting those two and creating bigger meaning in the work.
It's so true, right? So, and as was mentioned today, right, when that purpose is evident and kind of part of the company culture, it gives people a purpose to kind of work towards, right?
And it gets you through challenging times too, or times when there's a lot of uncertainty. I think it gives you an anchor, if you will, to go back to, like,
totally
doing work that's bigger than just me, or just the job that I do every day.
No doubt. Well, those are great. Yeah, thank you for that. Fantastic leadership philosophy. So my next question is kind of focused on the industry itself in terms of where do you see the big opportunities? You have a great seat at the table here, right? Looking over the industry, you probably know more than most in terms of what are the opportunities, where are the areas of growth coming and currently. So can you share kind of your thoughts on where are our biggest areas of opportunity right now?
Yeah, well, I think first and foremost, the common mission that we all have to create better quality access for vision care, to me, is still the big frontier ahead. And what's exciting around that is the collaboration that's happening in the industry around solving that bigger problem, right? And I think that's what gives everyone in the industry purpose every day.
Definitely.
But we're far from achieving that goal. So to me, that's still... It's an opportunity on so many levels, right? It's an opportunity for industry, for the service providers. On every level, there's opportunity there to do good and to do well and to benefit from that from a business perspective. I'm also really excited to see what's being revolutionized by technology, right? And speaking just about eyewear, I mean, every conversation that was had today was about smart eyewear.
Absolutely.
Or how AI is influencing business decisions and, again, products that we wear now or have to take to the market. And so that in and of itself too is a whole new frontier for the category.
Absolutely.
It's reinventing the category.
It really is. And it will only grow.
Ways.
There are so many players coming into that space.
Absolutely.
It's a great time for the industry and for the professions, right, of optometry and opticianry to get prepared. Or
I also think it's a wonderful draw for new talent from outside the industry
Definitely.
It makes this industry even more dynamic and more rich with opportunities. And there's new players at the table. And I think that's hard to ignore too. I mean, even the makeup of something like the Vision Council Executive Summit 5 years ago versus today.
Very different.
It looks very different. And that's exciting and new opportunities.
It is. Yeah. A lot of cool things going on there. So going back to my last two questions on the leadership front, as a leader in the industry, having led different companies, what did you find as your biggest challenge?
That's a tough one, right?
It's a tough question.
It depends on the day, right? Because it's such an all-encompassing and important role.
And it is. And it depends on, is it COVID? Is it, right? Like,
I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah. But
that's what we've all done
on a regular day. Yeah.
I would say, and I'm sure a lot of leaders face this more today than ever before. It's the balance of time. And what I mean by that is there are the things that we have to do every day. There's urgency around delivering results, solving problems, being in meetings, being on for your team all the time, but really like doing the work that needs to get done every day. And in the face of a lot of change, right? So it's not business as usual by any stretch of the imagination, but at the same time, giving yourself the space and the ability to look to the future and plan and strategize and connect. So when I say balance of time, there's everything outside of work too, which is another challenge, right? To prioritize. But I really think in the day-to-day of leadership, there are the things that you have to do to keep the business moving forward.
Definitely.
And then there are the things you need to do to be a leader for the future.
Right.
And it's really giving
that's a balance.
Time and attention
to both and not forget about the one, right? The future. It's easy because you're in the moment in the day.
These moments, these opportunities, and I think that's why it's so powerful for us as an industry to have.
At the executive summit.
Exactly. Once a year, an opportunity
take
to just
that time.
Step back.
Yes.
Think about the future, connect with other business leaders and really create some insights that are meaningful that help us move forward.
Definitely. So, well, on this front, thinking about some of our viewers, right, younger, maybe aspiring female leaders in the industry, do you have kind of one tip or strategy, having been in this for years, what would you recommend to someone who's an aspiring leader?
Well, probably two things, if I'm allowed.
Absolutely.
The first is know your superpowers, because once you know those things, it gives you the confidence to really carve your own path. I think when we question that or maybe lack the confidence or clarity there, maybe we stay in situations too long or we doubt ourselves. I mean, all kinds of things happen as a result. But if we just get really clear on what is it that we do better than anybody else. It also helps you make really good decisions about the types of companies you want to work in or the people you want to work for or the job you want to do. So just taking that time to figure out what makes you unique and special and then really leaning into that. And the second point is really cultivating the people in your inner circle. I don't think there's a successful person in this world that wouldn't say that it was the help of other people that gave them the opportunities and got them to where they are today. So, we talked earlier about like the OWA and other networking opportunities, bosses, colleagues, people you respect, really finding those mentors, the people who will invest in you and open doors for you. I think that's such an important lesson to learn early on and to really be intentional
about that and cultivating that network. Absolutely. Wow. Those are two fantastic tips. Really appreciate it, Holly. It is so good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, always good to see you.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you again soon for more podcasts from Insight Media.